set the tone for all to remember. You rewrite history, the greatest pretenders. You rewrite history, the greatest pretenders.
Are you ready to be entertained? Let's jump into another reaction, y'all. So I know you guys are probably sitting here being like, what? Yeah, so we're getting into the Golden Girls, but we're gonna do this episode by episode. I might just do this one episode and then I might not do anymore. Or if you guys are all showing up and showing out to this reaction, then we'll continue on with the show. I'm now gonna change my playlist to classic TV shows. It was 90s nostalgia, but we're obviously changing this. This came out in 1985, so clearly we're gonna change the playlist name. So I hope you guys are going to be here. Now, I started dropping and making shorts, Golden Girls, things for my platform. I realized how much love and passion everybody has for these actresses. They were ahead of their time, y'all. I have seen a few episodes in their entirety, but not all. This show I did watch, possibly, obviously with my Nana, I'm assuming. But I don't remember. I was like a little kid. I never saw the first episode. There's majority of these episodes I never seen. So anybody who knows me knows I love Betty White. Betty White was everything and is everything. I love her. The other actresses in this show, I didn't know that much about until I started doing shorts and getting into all of these wonderful actresses, comedians, backstories, knowing about their military background, knowing about their stand-up comedy shows, knowing about their loves for animals, their passion for helping the LGBT community they represented, they loved. There's just so much about these actresses that were amazing, and I want to honor them the best way I possibly can. And by doing reactions and bringing this show to light, I would love to do just that. So there's believe it or not, the younger generation below me don't know this show. So maybe if everybody's interested into us getting into this show, then we'll continue on and bring the show back to life here on this platform. But only you guys could help me by liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. You want to see the full reaction? The link will be down below. Feel free to get involved, y'all. Get involved. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the Golden Girls and find out exactly what this show has got to give. Hey!
In a school in Dade County, 2 girls had shaved heads and 3 boys had green hair. I expressed myself. I told them they had to leave. They were too ugly to look at. What's that?
Enchiladas rancheros.
Why don't you just shoot me?
Bad person after another.
Rose, you work at grief counseling. What do you expect, comedian? It's Miami in June. Only cats are wearing fur.
Going out?
No. She's going to sit here where it's 112 degrees and eat enchiladas.
It's very good. It reduces puffiness. Does it work on thighs? I don't know, honey. I don't need it on my thighs.
Who is this Harry?
All Blanche said was he still has his own teeth and hair. Still to be 20 again.
Oh, I would kill to be 40 again. I was in the teacher's lounge talking to a group of girls in their 20s. At that age, you don't even have to be pretty, and you're pretty. Completely forgot that I was older. I just felt like one of the girls. Glimpse of myself, and I almost had a heart attack. This old woman was in the mirror. I didn't even recognize her.
Who was it?
It was me.
Oh, Rose, I'm borrowing your earrings. Lord, I'd love to get a facelift by 8 o'clock.
Who is Harry?
Oh, girls, he's just wonderful. Great dancer. And he doesn't make noises when he chews.
Way up there on my list. Comes right after intelligent.
He's still interested.
In what?
You have to ask. It does not matter anymore.
He proposed. You've only known him a week.
And he wants an answer tonight. He's very wonderful, but I have only known him for a week.
That's right.
Girls, I just don't know what I'm going to do. I have to go put on my face.
What'll happen to us? This house is hers.
Then we'll move.
What do we have for calamity? A gay cook?
Now let's go talk to Blanche.
Dorothy, we'll become bag lady.
Blanche, your friend Harry wants an answer tonight. What are you going to tell him?
I guess I'll know when I hear it come out of my mouth.
This isn't a belch, Blanche. This is marriage.
I just wonder what my husband George would think about me and Harry.
Since he's dead, I don't think it poses a problem.
I could never be as happy with Harry in the same way.
You can communicate directly from your heart.
Don't ask me. I can't get through to New Jersey with MCI.
I could finish my face.
Well, the only thing left is to dip it in bronze. We'll get it. I wonder what he looks like.
I just hope he doesn't have hair in his ears.
Oh, what's the matter?
Everyone is fine. No one died. The home burnt down. A cab. I took a cab.
Well, you should have called.
Don't need help. I'm a totally independent person.
I know.
$67 for the cab. The cab driver is Cuban. He said there was an additional tax for a bilingual driver. You must be exhausted. Why? I rode in the cab. I didn't push it. It's me, Blanche. You look like a prostitute. Oh, of course I mean it. Look at her. My cab driver would fall in love. Can I get something to eat, or is the fancy man in the kitchen?
I've known plenty of women who have had strokes.
This stroke destroyed the part of her brain that censors what she says.
Cab driver said you promised him a $67 tip.
Why don't these people learn English if they're going to live here? This is Miami. I'd have less trouble getting around Ecuador.
Harry.
Oh, my pretty.
Harry.
Must be Blanche's sister.
You must be blind.
Sophia's home just burned down.
Set off the fire alarm in a retirement home. Who can rush? Know what that does to hearts that only beat a few times a week? I hope he's taking you to a cold climate.
Good night.
Man is a scuzzball. We were all so lonely, and then by a miracle we found each other.
It was not the resurrection. It is hardly a miracle.
To me, it was a miracle. We get married, we have kids. The kids leave and our husbands die. You don't go through everything you go through to be left alone. Our families are gone and we're alone. Too many years left, and I don't know what to do.
Get a poodle.
He can't help it. Blanche needs a man. When George died, she made a date at the funeral. Be without a man. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing for a teacher who was shot by a student. I need all the sleep I can get.
His side of the bed looks like a murder took place.
Rose, Charlie is dead.
I just like to talk about him in the present tense sometimes.
Do that, I don't mind at all.
Sure, Rose. Set a place at the table.
Well, hi! What happened?
We went to Joe's. You ever been to Joe's?
Yes, what happened?
I had the stone crab.
Can't eat anything that moves.
Like what, Rose? Horses?
Like oysters.
Oysters don't move.
Coco, they could dance. Who cares?
Very slowly. You have to watch very closely.
Marry Harry, marry Harry.
A little rhyme.
Knock it off, are you?
Yes, next week.
Next week?
At our age, long engagements don't make sense.
Where will you live?
Well, here.
Where will we live?
Oh, don't worry, we'll live.
Well, you can just stay right here.
Well, that's settled.
Certainly can until you find a place.
However long that takes.
Got married before my father finished the sentence.
You married your father?
I was pregnant.
You had a blowgun wedding?
If you live in the Amazon, in Queens, it's called shotgun. Rose, he left me 38 years later. He got lucky, and they now live on Maui. Really wonderful. A 65-year-old man with gout learning to windsurf. Hope he trips on his thongs and falls into a volcano.
I heard noise. I thought it was robbers, so I hid my jewels. Now I can't remember where.
Ah, you don't have any jewels.
Thank God, because I can't find them.
You know, if you didn't drink before bedtime, you wouldn't have to wake up in the middle of the night.
I sleep like a log. I never get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. Every morning, like clockwork, at 7 a.m., I pee. Fortunately, I don't wake up till 8.
Where's Blanche?
In the bathroom.
I know this sounds crazy, but I'm suspicious.
Of what?
Harry. And I have to tell Blanche
Tell Blanche what?
that she can't marry him. We're friends.
But there's nothing to tell her. This is just some crazy hunch.
Mrs. Gandhi would be alive today if she had taken my call.
So happy and so sad. Kind of a happy sad.
Crying already? What's the difference?
Rose, pick that up.
What do you think about that?
I think it's a mistake.
To wear all that makeup. So happy.
I wash my hands so thoroughly, and then I find it so hard to get out again without touching the doorknob.
Rose, that is a happy woman in there. Now, I want you to promise that you will not say anything. Do you promise?
Got me so sad. Never had two better friends. I just can't stand the thought of leaving you. Stop!
Oh, perfume. Come on, let's go.
He's a half hour late.
He probably got caught in traffic.
Ladies, I'm on a tight schedule. 5 minutes more, then I've got to bury Mr. Pincus.
He's been killed.
Arrested.
What?
He gave me this to give to you. Wanted in 4 states, he's got 6 wives. You got yourself mixed up with a real hustler.
You won't be needing me today.
Dear Blanche, I guess you know by now, I'm really sorry. Time was different. You're a special lady. Maybe someday you'll write to me.
I'm stunned. I'm just stunned. Not just a fool, but an old fool. I guess maybe I'm hoping the shock will be too much for my heart and I'll just drop dead right here. Have to look anyone in the eye ever again.
Except maybe Mr. Pinkett.
If I meet our paper boy, he will not live to be a paper man. Entire state, there is not enough water to make a cup of tea. He finds a puddle.
What are you doing? She's sleeping.
You never know. Tell me, how is Blanche?
She didn't go to work again today.
Didn't even budge for Julio Iglesias.
I know grief. It takes time.
Jewish, you cry, you sit, you eat for 7 days, you put on 10 pounds, and it's over. Italians scream, dress up a donkey, hire a band, and that's that. These Southern Protestants who make it a way of life.
And I go, put me in a steel sack and leave me on the curb next to the cans.
Thought you were asleep.
You never know.
Blanche, we've been so worried about you.
I know. I'm okay. I really am. No, at first I wanted to give up. Then I had the kids with me, and I pulled through it. This time I thought, well, this is my last chance.
How long is this story? I'm 80. I have to plan.
I thought there was someone in there with me. No, it was me. I was humming. I was feeling good because of you. You made the difference.
Let's all drive to Coconut Grove for lunch.
To celebrate.
What, that she came out of her room?
We'll need a much bigger house.
Oh, sure, Rose. After lunch, you can pick up the lumber.
Hey, tonight.
With whom?
The fancy man and I are going to the dog track.
It's a dog jockey. Let's go.
Loved the first episode of The Golden Girls, season 1, episode 1. It was everything, y'all. I actually thought like there was going to be introduction with them all, like meeting for the first time, but we kind of just jumped right in there. I hope this is the first episode. I think it is. I'm almost positive. I mean, it says it, so I'm assuming it is. I thought I saw somewhere where they just all met for the first time, but maybe that was like a flashback in a later season. Regardless, I loved this episode. What was this episode called? I don't even know, child. It's too long. It's the England, something like that. Loved it. Hopefully you guys love this reaction and you want more. The only way to do that is like, share, and comment. And check out all my other reactions, y'all, while you are already here. And until next time, I'm off this.
You gotta choose a side. You gotta do what's right. Look, I ain't got no time to be hanging around. Nobody trying to figure out if they good or evil. I'm fighting the crime, 70 lives, one at a time. I'm killing the rhymes. I do it for the people. I'm Peter Parker running through the 6 with a bag.